Loons in the background. Love that. So, back out on the lake. Will and I had a wet morning this morning, soggy. Out here on this lake, you know, the hope was for crappies, and that did not pan out the way we had hoped. Caught a few, but they were little, saved by some bass. So, yeah, it was a pretty good morning. It was worth it. Got wet, but that's okay. Fish are already wet. They don't care. Rain has moved out. Still maybe a touch misty this morning. The family is all in town. That loon's a talking. I don't know if you can hear that or not. One of the greatest sounds in the world is a loon. Family is all in town. There's turtle races and shopping to do. This is kind of the day they set aside every year on vacation to do that. Dad is on a different lake, on kind of the home base lake. He's out fishing. Already sent me a text of a little walleye that he caught, so he's having fun. I hope to do the same. Dad and Will and I were out here yesterday and just hammered nice northern and did catch one small walleye. The hope is for some walleye to have turned on with this rain, the overcast skies. I don't know. We'll find out. I hope I catch something. That's really the goal. Is always, right? It's always just to catch something. Northern would be fun. Walleye would be fantastic. All else fails, I did bring my bobber and stuff, slip bobbers, to maybe go try to find some crappies to make up for the crappiness this morning. So, anyway, you're about to find out what happens. Alright, gonna do some trolling here. Trolling spinner rigs with crawlers. Just using half a crawler here. Rarely do you need anything more than just half a crawler. Rigged up on that, I'm gonna pull pink and silver and white. I don't know, it's just whatever I finished with yesterday. We'll see if that does anything. Pulled behind a bead weight, a little unconventional, long line trolling. Oh, there's a knot in that line, I gotta get out of there. So really just long line trolling is what it is. A lot of times when people think trolling spinners, they are thinking bottom bouncers at 0.5 to 1 mile an hour, deep. And that's a great way to catch fish. It's very effective, but that's not really the bite I'm going after. I'm fishing weed edges, kind of those transition areas, and getting in the weeds sometimes, which is fine because there's fish in the weeds. But trolling more like 1.5 to 2 miles an hour, sometimes even pushing a little over 2. These fish are aggressive. I want aggressive fish. I'm chasing fish that are actively feeding, and just long line trolling for suspended, actively feeding fish. And with the outboard motor, and we do well. Again, not a lot of people fish like this, at least not anymore. I think people used to when spinners were kind of first developed, but this is kind of the old standard spinner trolling method, and there's a lot of guesswork to it. There's a lot of just feel for it. Like, I can't tell you exactly how much line to let out. You just kind of know. I mean, I've been doing this for my entire life. I'm 47, so forever I've been fishing this way. So I just know. I just know how much line to let out and just troll these contours. I'm trying to stay in about 13 foot of water, 14. That's where the weed edge is most of the places here. Sometimes a little further out, sometimes, but I'm anywhere from 10 to 18 foot of water. Some of these contours are really sharp, so really you're talking anywhere from 8 foot to 28 foot of water sometimes, just by the swing of the butt into the boat. But just trolling along here, gonna see what happens. Again, yesterday did pretty darn well, but yesterday was a different day than today. They're not jumping in the boat. I've trolled 30 yards and not had a bite. But that's fine. I might troll 3,000 yards and get one bite or not. And if it's that slow, I will do something different. But I'm trying to see where these fish are. There are some little pieces of weeds grown up out here in 15 to 16 foot of water. So my spinner really should be running right above those, a few feet above those. And this water's really clear. So any fish that are out here feeding are going to see my bait. And it's just a matter of whether they want to eat or not. Just like any fishing, right? They see your bait, and it's a matter of whether they actually want to bite or not. But hopefully you see me catch a few fish here. Pretty consistently good walleye area here. And right here in this spot is where Will caught his biggest walleye ever, 27.5 incher. But one of the few walleyes we've caught on this lake this week. Oh, that's a fish right there. And when I'm by myself, I'll just put my motor in neutral. This fish hasn't fought a lot. Kind of staying down. Makes me think walleye when that happens. He hasn't really fought a whole lot at all. Oh, there you go. I saw his side. It's not a small fish, whatever it is. Oh yeah, that's a nice northern. He's gonna run on me, I think. I think he's gonna run on me. Oh yeah, that's a nice northern. Oh, nice northern. Yeah, that's a nice northern right there. It's going to be probably about a 27, 28 inch fish. Nice fish. Okay, stop, buddy. Stop. Oh, came out. Let's measure him. I think I've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. There's a slot. He is right at 27 inches. It's a nice northern. Nice fish. I'm going to throw him in the live well. I should probably put the plug in the live well. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Chill out. Chill out. Knock yourself out. It's good fish. Start this little foray. Turn the live well on. All right. Again, there's a slot on those fish in this part of the state of Minnesota. Actually, most of the state of Minnesota. Ooh, breeze. And that is a 22 to 26 have got to go back. You can keep 2 over 26, 10 total, but only 2 of them can be over 26 inches. Our family has kept a few that size this week. I caught a real nice one yesterday out here. It was 30.5 or 31.5 inches. I don't remember. I'll put a picture of it up right there. Good solid fish. It had a big old, I don't know, sucker or something in it about that big in his stomach. He was fat. A lot of fun. Alright, coming up on another good little spot. Weird hard spot to fish, but it's just been good for crappie and walleyes at times. Oh, that's fish right there, though. That's fish, that's fish, that's fish. What kind of fish is it? Doesn't feel very big. Whatever it is a walleye. Not exactly the size I had in mind when I said that caught a lot of walleye in this area. Just a miniature, but right kind. think that over there coming across the lake's a DNR boat. They were out here yesterday setting traps. Doing fish surveys, I would imagine. That's trap set up shallow. I don't know if they're surveying bluegills. I think bluegills might be spawning, or at least pretending to right now. There they go. Off doing their survey thing. Have at them, kids. I was telling Will yesterday that those are the people that know stuff. They know what's in lakes. Always kind of joke around with, not joke around, but it's always curious, like, what is the biggest fish in a lake like this? What is the biggest walleye? What is the biggest northern? What are the biggest crappies? Like, are there any true super giant fish in these lakes? There could be. They get a lot of pressure, and like this northern here, it's not going to get bigger than 27 inches because of me. But there are fish that make it well into adulthood, well into older age, that, yeah. Survey people know. They've seen some of those fish. I've helped the Iowa DNR with some surveying with muskies and walleyes, and whew, held some big fish that some people wouldn't believe are in some of the lakes that they're in. Oh, that was a weed. That might be a bite right there, though. Well, made a turn around the tip of this little finger that sits out here. My spinner got drugged right across the tip of it, so bumped a little bit of that vegetation that sits out on the end of that. That's okay. Don't mind. That's where a lot of these fish are sitting. I mean, that's fish right there. They're sitting right on the edge of the weeds. Coming up. Oh, I think it's a nice crappie. I believe that is a nice crappie. We couldn't find them this morning, but, well, there's one right there. That's what we were looking for this morning. Good grief. Right out toward the end of that point. I will have to take a note of that. Throw him in live well. Oh, that fish hit it as I was reeling it in. I'm guessing that's a little northern. I don't know, he may not be little though. Staying down. I haven't seen him yet. Oh, I see him. Oh, he's not a little northern. There he goes. Just peel and drag. That's a nice northern. That's a nice northern. About like my other one, I think. Oh, that's a nice northern. Oh, got himself all twisted in my net. Whoa, that's dangerous. An awful lot of flopping around for hooks being in your mouth. Let's measure him real quick. Well, he's stuck in the net. I'm not measuring him yet. How did that happen? Oh, I see. Okay. That is hooked there in that net. This net's hooked here, but it's bound. There, got that off. That made life a lot easier. He's just hooked right in the beak. Okay, let me measure him real quick. He is 26 exactly. So he is too big to keep and too small to keep. Inch smaller than the last one live well. Good fish. Healthy northern. Get him back in there. Bye, buddy. Whew. Took off. Alright. Alright, I'm going to reel in, check. Oh, that's fish. That's a fish. What kind of fish is that? Doesn't feel like a very big fish. Nope. A little northern. Just a little guy. Stop, stop. He'd be cute in an aquarium. Yeah, cute little northern. I spend enough time right along the edge of weeds where the bluegills roam. It doesn't seem like I get a ton of them. Pulling a spinner and a crawler. Some, not a ton. I might have just gotten proven wrong right there. It's just God's sense of humor. Might have been tipping a weed, but actually I think it may be a little bluegill. Yeah, oh my gosh. Neither one. It is a teeny little perch. Oh my gosh, just a tiny perch. Holy cow. Look at that. A teeny perch. Holy cow. But that's what the walleyes in northern I'm chasing are feeding on, is those fish. So even big crappies will eat a perch like that without hesitation. I think it's a weed, actually. Either that or it's... No, I think it's either a bluegill or a perch again. It is a baby perch. It's a monster! It's a monster! No, it's so tiny. Oh, that's fish. That's fish. That's fish. Oh, he's coming up. He's coming up. He's coming up. Bass. There you go. Bass. All right. He'll eat well. I'm going to repeat myself what I said earlier. He's not a big fish, but he's a good eater. This water is super clear. These things are eating bait fish. They taste just like a crappie or a bluegill. I promise you, I could fix a big slab crappie and a bass like that, and you would not be able to taste the difference. Promise you. Not from these waters here, anyway. Oh, there's a fish. Just about to say, nothing going. Oh, it just came off. Yeah, that's where it caught that crappie before. Oh no, is it still on there? It is. Oh, it's a bluegill. That's why I thought it was off there. Not a little bluegill. It's a decent one if I wanted to clean a bluegill. I mean, he's probably about 8 inches. Ah! Decent little bluegill. Thought maybe it was a crappie that kicked off. Bluegill decided to start running at me was all. speaking of running, I am going to run. I'm going to get baited up here and then run to the other side of the lake. See what's happening over there. Oh, that's fish. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. A little northern, I think. Yeah, it's a northern. Came up and shook his head. Apparently doesn't like to have hooks in his mouth for some weird reason. Get in here. Oh, there he went. Quick release. Darn it. Oh, got him. Drop that one. Fighting, shaking his head like a little northern. Oh, it's not though. That's a walleye. That's a walleye. Oh, I know I'm hooked in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's a nice 15-incher, I think. All right. That's what I was after. I got into about 9-10 foot of water there, and that's where that fish came out of. I bumped weeds a couple times. Deep water, not always, boys and girls. I think that's about a 15-incher. 15 on the button. That's going to live well. All right, turning out to be a nice little stringer of fish. Oh, that's fish. That's not a weed. That's fish. That's fish. That's fish. Feels like a decent fish, actually. That feels like a good fish. Yeah, I think that's a nice fish. I'm going to turn the motor off. I think that's a nice fish. Staying down deep. I haven't seen him yet. There he is. Oh, he was a northern. He was good, but he wasn't big. He was probably that 26-inch size in the slot. Oh, that's fish. That's fish. That's fish. I was going to turn around right there anyway. I had just turned the camera off to turn around. Nope, I saw it out there. I think it was a northern. Didn't look like a little northern. No, he's not a nice northern. He may be a live well northern. Ah, he's not little. He's actually probably going to be in the slot. Oh, he popped off. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Dude, you're crapping everywhere. Stop. Stop. I just want to measure you and then get you back in some water. 24. Too big to keep? Too small to keep. Bye, buddy. That's fish. That's fish. That's fish. If I can keep it on. Northern. Well, northern. He might be under slot, which would be nice. Throw him live well and keep him if he is. Let's see. Oh yeah, 19 and a half. Okay, I'm gonna finish with that guy right there. So Little Northern. Yeah, star of the show today was that pike right there. Walleye in there, crappie. Got a good mess of fish this morning. So anyway, gonna pack it up. Long line trolling catches fish. Spinner and a crawler. A little unconventional compared to how most people fish that, but obviously it works. It catches fish. Fun few hours of fishing. Gonna pack it in. Got fish to clean, and probably eat lunch. It's like 1:30. I totally skipped lunch. So thanks for watching. God bless you. See you next time.